This is the Dell 17-inch laptop XPS. Comes in a kind of a briefcase. It's just a box, but nice little carrying case. Don't want to drop it. The XPS series is the best for video editing. Dell has gaming laptops and economy laptops. If you're just browsing the internet, a Chromebook is probably all you need. But for video editing, the XPS is where it's at. Originally, they said it was going to take 35 days for shipping. It only took about 20 days, so I was really happy about that. It's heavy. Got this nice, I don't even know what you call it, but this frosted designer plastic. Magnetic box, classy. Kind of like the high-end Google and Apple stuff. Tend to have really nice boxes. You almost want to keep it just for that. Keep the box. I probably will keep this box for something. Little tab to get it out. Some accessories. Plug. Some documentation. So here's the laptop. I've heard people say it's heavy, but it's a 17-inch laptop. It's about what you'd expect. It's not supposed to be a tablet. It's got some battery heft in there. Maximum battery that you can, close to the maximum that you can take on an airplane. It's not overbearingly big because there's no longer a bezel on these monitors, so it makes better use of the space. It's similar to a 15-inch monitor of 10 years ago. I almost don't want to take this plastic off, but of course I will, because I want to see my laptop. It's got that frosted aluminum. Nicely chiseled edge. Dell logo. Now the 35 days, I don't know if it's because there's been bottlenecks in supply chains with the coronavirus, or if it's because Dell computers are mostly custom built, but they're hardly custom. You get a few different options, but they're all kind of preset choices. So it's not highly customizable. I don't think it really takes them long to put it together. Another theory is that it could just be to save on costs. You know, their supplies are constantly lowering in prices. The price of the subcomponents go down all the time. So a month buys them quite a bit of, even if it just goes down 1%, that's a lot of money for a company that big. But it showed up early anyways. Carbon fiber. I just like carbon fiber. I don't know, it's just cool. Space age. A little bit rubbery feeling. Kind of grippy. Kind of a satisfying texture to rest on. And a large size tracking pad, which I've never used one this big, but I heard good things about having a big trackpad. And then the keys, pretty satisfying. Not as much travel as a mechanical keyboard, but some response. Never seen that before, kind of a circular bound cord. They're definitely going after the premium market, and the XPS is the premium laptop. So everything is packaged fancy. This laptop that I got is pretty spec'd out. It's, if you're going for the XPS, you probably you need it. So you need the extra RAM for certain purposes, whatever you're working on. You probably wouldn't be getting an XPS if you're just doing casual things on it. A lot of plastic everywhere to keep this thing clean and shiny and protected. And we'll put that in there. Plug the other end. Now there's only USB-C. There's no USB-A. There's an SD card, USB-C, USB-C. You can get converters. I'm kind of happy to be done with USB-A. I know it's going away. I'd rather be an early adopter and have to deal with some adapters once in a while than be stuck with old legacy ports. I plugged it in and a little light came on there so you know it's going. Power button's unmarked there. The keys glow a nice soft white. Booting up for the first time. This has facial recognition and fingerprint reader. With COVID, I'm going to go with the fingerprint reader because I'm always wearing a mask. It says touch the... I don't know where the reader is, though. That's the power button. Kind of a thin lined, no serifs, rounded corners, no capitals. I think most of the keyboards I've had capitals. What do you think? Should the enter button have a capital? Should shift have a capital? It's not really like a proper name, is it? A little bit of a tactile bump. Pretty good travel. Okay, I've been searching and I looked it up and it said it is the power button. So this is giving me kind of a profile. Kind of a weird spot for it because you could just easily turn your computer off. On other computers, it's around here. But kind of nice to have that smooth, unhindered, flat design. no background screen for the desktop. It's kind of weird seeing it so black and empty. Get my Chrome on there. Got my thumb there. And I'm gonna click. Move my thumb a little bit, one way or the other. Took a while to register that click. I don't know why. I've heard the trackpads can be kind of messed up, but that definitely took a while to register. I had to move my hunt for the right spot to open up that window. All right, I figured out the clicking thing. It's such a big trackpad, I'm not used to it. I have a much smaller one on my last laptop, so my hand was actually hitting the corner here. So when I did a left button press, it was registering as a right button press because my hand was making a little contact. The speakers are fantastic. They're big, and there's 4 speakers, 2 tweeters, 2 woofers. And that's something that only a larger laptop's gonna have room for. So even though people love compact computers, these the size allows you to do more. And here's I've been using this Dell XPS computer for a little while. I like it. I've been using it for my work, and it makes video editing a lot faster, the rendering of the video. Also, the image stabilization goes a lot faster. I just couldn't do that on my old computer. The trackpad, it's finicky. It works. Sometimes I think it doesn't work, but I can't reproduce the problem, so I can't prove that something's broken, but it just seems super finicky, and trackpads are not ideal anyways. It's not a deal breaker for me because I eventually got this upright mouse, but any kind of mouse really is better than trackpad. But sometimes with a laptop, you might be in bed, you may not want to be using a mouse. But this is a Logitech vertical mouse, kind of a handshake position, and I do use it on my bed. It has a great sensor, so I'll put another video about this sometime, but right now we're talking about this. Yeah, the trackpad also just hurts my arm. You know, that's just the nature of trackpads. They're just not a good ergonomic solution, but it's nice to have because sometimes all you have is your laptop. You don't have your mouse and everything. This thing that came with it, I didn't mention it before because I wasn't even sure when I was doing the unboxing, but if you have hard drive, and it's got the old USB, so you can plug it in here, and then that's the converter, because this does not have USB-A. So it's kind of clever the way it works. The cord itself kind of folds up in there. And then it also has HDMI. So if you're worried about, you know, stepping up to the future USB-C ports, at least you have the adapter already. It's a little bulky, but it's free, so it's there. I've liked the keyboard. I really like that it lights up. You can toggle that on and off. It's a nice soft light that's not hard on the eyes, but it does have different levels of light, so you can control that. The case, the bevel, it's got that perfect chiseled edge, which kind of makes it hard to grip. It's hard, there's no like spot between the clamshells, so I tend to have to grab it in 2 hands and just kind of get my fingernails underneath there. It's a design choice, you know, to get that sheer edge, which really looks good, looks fantastic. So I accept that as a minor inconvenience to have to use 2 hands, and I can do it with 1 hand, but it's not like there's a nice spot to grab it. It runs hot when it's doing things, and sometimes even when it's not doing anything. but when it's really working hard, it will run hot, and you'll feel it right here underneath the vents. But it's working for that heat. You know, it's doing some amazing computational stuff that none of my other laptops could do. And it does have a good cooling system. The adapter, this gets pretty hot too. Like, not just warm, but hot sometimes when it's plugged in. It's kind of stylish, I like it. Even that plug part's kind of stylish. But what I really like is that it has this light on it. It just makes it easy to find this thing in the dark, or to know, you know, whether you actually did plug it into a live outlet. Just a simple little thing, but I like that light. Just a little LED node on there. I don't believe that this will work with a regular charger. I think there might be a workaround, but I don't think it's supposed to normally work with just your regular phone charger. But that would be cool if you could plug this in to one of those. But you do need to use this. The model that I got is a touchscreen, and I thought maybe that would be kind of gimmicky. You know, I'm going to be using a mouse, not a touchscreen. But just for randomly hitting a little button here and there, I've come to realize I'm going back and forth between the keyboard and the mouse and the trackpad and the touchscreen, and I'm just using it all, and it's better on my wrist because I'm not doing such a repetitive motion. I'm kind of switching it up more, and that's how I like to work. It gets a little dirty, but I'm glad I got that option. I wasn't sure if I wanted that, but the only upgrade I did not get was Windows Professional. I've never felt a need to have the professional version of Windows, so I was able to knock a little bit off the price for that. I'm really happy that I got the 17-inch version. They're just not as bulky and cumbersome as they used to be, so I like the real estate of the screen. It fits nicely into any backpack. I've loved the speakers, and you know, there's physical constraints. You can't necessarily get as nice a speaker on a smaller laptop, and I love these. I mean, it makes it so you can actually watch a movie. I mean, it's not going to be 7-point whatever surround sound, but it makes it decent to watch a real movie. And the screen has been beautiful. I've loved it. I really like the USB-C jacks. That's been pleasant. I wonder if these little thin rails of metal are going to get bent. Probably over time. It's going to have some dings. The case is nice. I really like the finish. I like the little rubber feet at the bottom. You know, it stays nice and stable. I always think it's weird how when you close it, the logo seems upside down to myself. It's kind of so when you're at the coffee shop and you have it open, to everybody else, it displays Dell in the correct way, and all the computer companies do that. So you're kind of advertising to other people, but when you go to look at it yourself, it's upside down. So that's just a thought, not a plus or a minus of the company, but just a thought. So I like this computer. I would buy it again. Well, I'd buy the next iteration of it. Right now, this is, you know, competes with the Apple computers, the high-end Apple laptops, and is generally cheaper than those, and allows you to stay in the Windows ecosystem if that's your preferred ecosystem. So that's it. It's a good computer. If you liked this video, consider subscribing. This is a computer video, but it's integral to photography, which is kind of the main push of this channel. But photography involves videography and sound and computers. It's hard to do photography without a computer. So this is one of the main tools that someone needs for photography. So if you like gadgets like this, consider subscribing, consider liking it, and I hope you liked my first video on this YouTube channel. So thanks for watching. Take care.